This paranormal story will make the hairs on your neck stand straight up. A Reddit user that we'll call Mary moved into a rent house with her boyfriend and another roommate. And she said from the time they moved in, it just never really felt like home. It didn't have that cozy, safe vibe. In fact, it was the exact opposite. Oftentimes, she just would have this creeped out feeling that she was being watched and followed around the house. Well, her boyfriend and roommate worked nights, and so she was often home alone at nighttime. And on this one particular evening, she was in fact home alone, and she was going through her nighttime routine. She was watching a little TV before bed, and that same sense of dread and being creeped out came over her. And as she was sitting there watching TV, she couldn't make herself look down the bedroom hallway, let alone walk down there. And this persisted for about 2 hours of just feeling particularly on edge about the hallway. But after a while, she was tired and sleepy, and she said, you know what, this is ridiculous. I'm just freaking myself out over nothing. I'm going to bed. So she walks down that hallway. She leaves the lights on in the hallway, but she goes and shuts herself in her bedroom, gets into bed, flips off the lamp, and tries to go to sleep. And as she's laying there in bed in the dark, all of a sudden she starts hearing a sound. And it's the sound of her side table drawer creaking open and clicking to a stop. She immediately flips on the lamp and looks, and nothing's out of place. She flips the lamp back off, and this continues to happen about another 6 times before she finally says, screw it, I'm sleeping with the lights on. So she pulls the covers up over her head, and she's just at this point waiting for her boyfriend to come home. And around 3 a.m., her boyfriend does come home, and she's like, thank God, and she tells him everything that's gone on. And he makes fun of her, and he's like, you are being ridiculous. You got yourself freaked out over nothing. It's time to go to sleep. So he flips off the lights, he gets in bed, and all hell breaks loose. One by one, the doors in the hallway start slamming shut. Boom, 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 boom. The closet doors in every room of the house start rattling violently. And the sounds from inside these closets sound like utter destruction. We're talking things being ripped off of hangers, the poles in the closets being ripped down. It just sounds like total chaos. And Mary and her boyfriend are literally hiding under the covers together, absolutely terrified. Everything finally went quiet, and it took about 5 or 10 minutes for Mary to convince her boyfriend to go check out the house. And they knew it wasn't their roommate because their roommate had actually driven 3 hours to see a friend. So the boyfriend goes and checks out the house, opens the closet doors. Nothing is out of place. Needless to say, Mary's boyfriend became a believer, and they moved out of that house shortly after. Y'all, I'm on my way to 1 million followers. Please hit that follow button, like, and comment. That helps the algorithm show my videos to more people. Cheers.
Shout out to all of those TikTok videos that talk about if you're walking in the woods in Appalachia and you hear something or you see something, no you didn't, because I think that just saved my life last night. Story time. Excuse the garage. I'm at my parents' place, and this is the only place my dog is allowed, who plays a crucial role in this story, by the way. He's a very, very good boy, and last night proved it. So, my parents don't live in Appalachia, but they do live in an area that's a little more secluded. It's still a suburb, but it's pressed up against these hills with lots of untouched wilderness, and coyotes are running through there all the time. It's just a little bit more rural. So I'm sitting in their backyard, which has this tall fence all the way around it, and the wilderness comes right up to that fence. I'm sitting there around the campfire. My dog is laying beside me. I got my laptop open and I'm writing my little stories. Suddenly, my dog lifts his head, stares straight ahead at the fire, doesn't even look around at the yard, stares straight ahead at the fire, and starts to growl. All dog owners know that your dog has different types of barks and growls. This was his warning growl. This is the growl he does when there is danger coming and he's telling it to back away. So immediately I'm like, buddy, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? And then I hear a voice at the fence line. And it's not just any voice. It's the voice of a little girl. And it sounds like a creepy doll from a horror movie. It's got that kind of like mechanical quality to it. And it's kind of like muffled and garbled. I'm still getting the heebie-jeebies. And all it does is go, hello? Just like that. Just like that. Hi, just same tone and everything. Now, mind you, it's midnight. There are not going to be any little girls wandering the woods at midnight. So immediately I was like, well, this is either someone who's gonna me, or it's something else. And what made me think it was something else was the fact that the voice said again, hello? Only this time it had moved and it had gotten closer and I'd heard no footsteps. It was just floating closer. And then, mind you, my dog is still growling this entire time. For the next 5 minutes, that voice is just circling the fence line, going, hello, hi, hello, hey. Like, just like that creepy doll voice floating around the fence line. And then suddenly my dog stopped growling. And he put his head down and he went back to sleep, and the voice stopped. I thought, okay, cool, that was weird. And then all of a sudden he lifted his head back up again and started growling. And then the sound of a ticking clock came from the bush directly across from me. Again, heard no footsteps, heard no rustling. Just a ticking clock started in the middle of the night, in the middle of the woods. So don't know what that was. But if anyone wants to hop in the comments and let me know, that'd be great. Because I can't wait to go home today. And I don't see myself coming back here anytime soon. And a big shout out to my protector. Yes, big scary boy.
Elizabeth, don't be mad. But we have a name. This lady. I'm going to call her Dizzy Lizzie. Dizzy Lizzie. How do you feel about that? See if she has anything. Might be a little bit of something there. Do you think that'd upset her? Think she'd upset? Let us know below. Dizzy Lizzie.